Hello and welcome to the Fuzzy Loaf podcast, where two dorks talk about the week's happening in geek and pop culture. I am your host, Scott. With me, as always, is Matt.
Hey.
And we have a special guest, Emily, here. Say hi.
Hi.
Here to talk about Ghostbusters.
Yes.
So, Matt, let's run into some quick bit stuff first. Let's plow through it so we can get to talking about the new Ghostbusters trailer.
All right. So this one is for cable cutters. Sony's new over-the-top cable subscription called PlayStation Vue is $39.99 and includes channels from Disney and ESPN.
What makes it over the top?
It's all online, so you can watch live or on demand.
Oh.
Over the top meaning it's not through a cable provider.
Got it.
Could you watch past stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
So it's an alternative to Comcast at it's a set price at least.
I mean, $40 a month. Yeah, Comcast is always like, you this, that.
Yeah.
Or you can, con them into giving you a better deal or...
Yeah, just be like, I'm leaving.
And be like, oh, no, we'll give you... Because that's all they're all about, is sales. Mm-hmm. With Comcast. Like, even their customer service reps are like... it's all about selling, It's... Fuck them.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
Next, Fox cut Gambit from the 2016 lineup
Good.
and has added 2 Marvel films for 2017 and 2018, respectively. So, obviously, Deadpool is going to be one of them.
It's gotta be.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, to piggyback off of that, the directors from Deadpool have said that there's likely not going to be an X-Men Deadpool crossover, at least for a couple more films.
See, I don't understand that because Colossus was in Deadpool. There's already been an X-Men Deadpool crossover.
Yeah, I think he just means like in an Avengers capacity.
Well, yeah, that's fine. We don't need that. Unless, do you want to see that? Deadpool in a PG-13 movie?
I never watched Avengers, so, I was not interested in that type of movie. I would not be interested in this.
But you really liked Deadpool.
Oh, yeah.
More than Matt and I then.
Yeah.
I loved it. Him being PG-13 would cut out a lot of what Deadpool is, and that would not be good.
They could kind of have fun with it where, they could maybe, censor him or something, and he'd be, the only one to notice it and be like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Why am I bleeping?
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. So, hopefully, I want to see X-Force more than, Deadpool 2 or anything.
Yeah.
Because that's just, basically, R-rated X-Men. They're, the commando squad of the X-Men. So they all got, big shoulder pads and, belts and stuff and guns, and they're like the...
SWAT team.
Yeah, X-Force. They're the extreme force of X-Men. So...
All right.
And fuck Gambit.
Tommy Flanagan of Sons of Anarchy has joined the list of newcomers for Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He's going to be Yondu's right-hand man, which is kind of confusing.
I thought that was Sean Gunn was Yondu's.
I guess now he's the new Yondu's right-hand man.
Well, because Sean Gunn's still in the movie. Mm-hmm. But I don't know who Tommy Flanagan
Guy
is.
with the giant scar on his face.
I love him.
Yeah.
I never watched Sons of
I don't know how to
Anarchy.
explain him any better than that.
I still wouldn't know.
Yeah.
So, okay, I guess that's cool. I don't know who he is or...
Yeah, it's just they keep adding high-profile people that other people care about, not me.
Yeah, well, we'll fucking know.
Zack Snyder now wants to ruin U.S. history by doing a movie about George Washington in the style of 300. Please, dear God, do not let this happen.
I kind of want it to happen.
I don't want it to happen. That sounds so fucking stupid.
I know,
Would that
but
be
that's why.
Abraham Lincoln Vampire
Yes.
or whatever.
It's well, if we're going to let Zack Snyder make movies, might as well make them just be stupid, crazy movies like Sucker Punch and shit.
Yeah, I don't know.
But they already did George Washington in the style of 300 on Robot Chicken.
Well,
7 years ago, there was a Robot Chicken sketch where it was parodying 300, but with George Washington and the American Revolution. Mm-hmm. So, okay, it's already been done.
I guess. And he's copying them.
Yeah.
Just don't.
So if you have to get Seth Green on to write it then.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be
Which
great.
could be kind of interesting.
That would be.
A Seth Green and Robot Chicken written movie directed by Zack Snyder.
That would be good, but only because it'd be funny at the expense of Zack Snyder.
Fine.
Which I'm totally cool with, I guess. Is Wonder Woman an antiques dealer in Batman v Superman? There's a quote on a bust of Wonder Woman that came out.
So much sense.
That she's going to be a mysterious antiques dealer.
That would be her disguise.
Yeah.
That would be cool because she's supposed to be 5,000 years old in the new movie.
Damn, she's old.
Well, she looks good for her age.
Yeah.
Sorry, I had to say a stupid joke. Can't help it.
Suicide Squad 2 may start shooting in 2017. This is from, I believe it was Greg Silverman making quotes or in an interview talking about he's hoping that David Ayer is available to start shooting the sequel to Suicide Squad in 2017.
Cool. Did you see the trailer for Suicide Squad?
No, I haven't.
You might have to watch it. I think you might be interested in it.
It's good.
It's
I mean,
good. It's got Will Smith, Margot Robbie in it.
I really like Harley Quinn as a character.
Yeah.
So I might.
And then Jared Leto as the Joker.
And it's
I
a bit.
wanted the red and black latex suit instead of what she's wearing.
Yeah. They
It's
definitely went more for the sex appeal.
Yeah, and the tone is a little bit more like Guardians of the Galaxy or like Deadpool, where it's hyper violent, kind of
but
funny
comedy.
at the same
Still
time.
PG-13.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully, this one will get
Mostly
a rated R
because
cut.
of no headshots or swearing.
Yeah, I'd like this one to be rated R. This one would
That is one that should be rated
Yeah.
R, not Batman v Superman.
Well, we'll get to that in a second.
Oh, great.
Green Lantern likely won't show up in the DCEU until Justice League 2 or later.
I was hearing about this on a podcast I was listening to this week, and I was just pissed. I was like, this is so dumb. Like, why would you... How do you make a Justice League movie without all 7 members?
Well, and I love that they're Greg Silverman, so this is basically the Kevin Feige of WB.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the studio head at WB that's kind of overseeing all of the DC properties. He was saying there's too many characters being introduced. It's like, why did you introduce like 15 in Batman v Superman then?
Yeah,
Why?
what the fuck? It's like...
You draw the line at
6.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's the team is supposed to have 7. That's just because the Justice League is like... It's not like the Avengers where the team just kind of fluctuates. I mean, it does, but not as drastically. Where the Justice League has a set team of founders who are like treated as like the gods. They're like the founding 7.
Yeah.
And you're not going to make them the 7? Like, what? It's like the people that are making these DC movies are just... They don't... I don't know. It's just so... As a fan, as a super nerd, I'm just like, this is so dumb.
If I had to guess, the whole Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice thing, they even came out and said this, that they basically they announced the idea weeks after agreeing on greenlighting that film.
Yeah. Like,
So
2
my
weeks
guess
after.
my guess is they've been in arguments the entire time. Green Lantern failed as a solo movie. He's a really hard character to deal with now because they think he's a failure. That's my guess, is that
You just don't make it Hal Jordan.
Yeah.
You just put a Jon Stewart, the Black Green Lantern, in there. That's the one that everyone knows from the Justice League cartoon. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. Then you've got more, representation.
Yeah.
It just seems so dumb to me.
Yeah.
But they don't even know. I don't even know if Justice League begins filming soon, but I don't even know if its script is all finished.
Yeah, it's probably not.
They don't even know. They said they're still like trying to figure shit out.
Mm-hmm. So Jenna Malone was cut from the theatrical release of Batman v Superman, but her scene will be in the Ultimate Rated R edition, which is leading people online to believe that she is Barbara Gordon. And
Zack Snyder said she's not.
they say lots of shit.
But he said she's like, people are saying all these big theories that she's, Batgirl or Robin. None of them are true.
At the very least, then, her character is probably likely the reason why there's a rated R edition.
So she's like a stripper or something.
Or she gets like brutally murdered. Like maybe
That's
she's
not fun.
because the reason it's rated R is for violence. So it's got to be that.
Who knows?
Maybe she plays young Batman's mom, and that's the scene that
No,
gets
we
cut.
know who. We've
do
seen
we?
her in
Okay.
the trailer.
I don't know.
This whole Batman v Superman movie just seems like such a fucking mess. You even said you don't even want to see it.
No. I don't get why they have to fight. That's like one of the
It
main
comes up in the
things.
comics every once in a while. I think
Right.
it's just like nerd masturbatory, like, oh, we want to see it happen.
Yeah,
It's
but the
like,
thing is,
there's no reason.
The thing is, though, too, is this is them first meeting, so it's like there's really no reason for them to fight. Because in the comics, Batman and Superman didn't really fight when they first met. Superman just used X-ray vision. He's like, "Oh, you're Bruce Wayne," and Batman's a detective. He's like, "Oh, I know you're Clark Kent."
Yeah.
Okay, cool, we're buds. But in the comics, when they fought, it was always because they had years of history as being like best friends.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was supposed to mean more, kind of like Civil War, where we got Captain America and Iron Man going against each other.
Right.
It's supposed to be more like that. This is them first meeting. They don't even know each other.
I would want it to be more like a sarcastic fight, just them getting mad at each other for the stupidest reasons ever, and then like hugging at the end and being like, yeah, you're right, I'm sorry.
There are comics of that.
Yeah.
But like, I saw there's been like pictures of going. People are making fun of Batman v Superman, saying it's very homoerotic. It's like there was a picture released this week. It was like Batman in his armor standing next to Superman, and Superman's like hand on his chest, and everyone was just going, "Oh, sexy."
Yeah, this movie's gonna be a mess.
I'm still gonna see it opening weekend because I need to be able to like make a judgment call on it. I need to like review it.
Yeah.
But I've got to put my bias away going into it of all my, prejudice thinking it's going to be
from
bad.
what we've heard, if you liked Man of Steel, you'll like this, which is bad news because I didn't like Man of Steel. So, at the very least, I'll go in and expect nothing.
Yeah.
Who knows? It may be an entertaining film, does not mean that it's a good film.
Yeah, it was like Pacific Rim. Mm-hmm. Pacific Rim was entertaining as hell, but it was
just garbage.
Fucking
It
mess.
was like,
oh, now he's got a sword. He didn't use that in the past 120 minutes of the movie?
yeah.
Okay. It was absurd.
Movie logic.
Have you seen Pacific Rim?
Nope.
Well, it's giant robots versus giant monsters.
Yeah.
And it's insane. It makes no sense.
J.K. Rowling has confirmed that Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them is Act 1 of a trilogy.
I mean, we kind of figured.
Yeah.
I'm more excited for Fantastic Beasts than I was for any Harry Potter movie.
I think it's because it's not set around young kids. Harry Potter...
I didn't read the Harry Potter books as a kid.
Harry Potter, and then a lot of people attached to it that were older, but basically if you weren't a teenager or around the age of Harry when you were reading it, it was kind of like, meh.
Right. Plus, this is a whole, like, untapped. There's no source material. Mm-hmm. That's why I think making this a trilogy is like, oh, that kind of makes sense because she's writing it from scratch,
Yeah.
She's not, like, beholden to any, like when The Hobbit was a trilogy, like, The Hobbit's one book. Mm-hmm. You're going to stretch it out into 3 movies?
The Hobbit is like under 400 pages.
Yeah.
How can they make a trilogy out of that?
Well, it was going to be 2 books.
movies,
and then they like, no, we're going to make it 3.
The book is split into 2 acts, if I remember correctly, but even that is stretching it to make it 2 movies.
Right.
But
So-
I guess what they probably were dealing with WB was in the beginning was people complained when Lord of the Rings was coming out that the books, there was so much cut out of the movies because otherwise it'd be a 4 or 5 hour
But you've got the
long
7-hour extended editions.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
are awesome.
But that's the thing with the Fantastic Beasts is there's no source material, so it's fine for them to do is, hey, we're going to do a trilogy. Everyone would be like, okay, who cares?
Big Hero 6, the amazing animated Marvel and Disney film about Baymax, the most huggable robot in the world, is being made into a TV series for Disney XD, which kind of sucks because that's a premium channel. But it's awesome because it's a TV show.
Yeah, all the good Disney shows are on Disney.
I know,
XD.
it sucks.
So you liked Big Hero 6?
I loved it.
Did you see Big Hero 6? I thought it was okay.
I
didn't
loved
love
it.
See, my friend Cody said he loved it too, and he was so excited that it's getting a series. Mm-hmm. I was like, I thought it was fine.
I have no idea about any of the source material. Like, I looked up all this information.
So
It is
different.
Yeah, it's
Baymax
so
is like
crazy.
a robotic dragon. Fredzilla, like the guy who plays, is actually like he can turn into a kaiju. And
there's a
Wasabi's
bunch
like an
of
Asian
stuff.
samurai. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's very different. The movie made it make
And the comic was more on the T+ side, if I remember correctly.
yeah.
There's a lot of violence.
And it is
and
actually
stuff.
in the Marvel universe.
No, I know.
Yeah. But I forgot it shouldn't have won Best Animated Picture at the Oscars that year.
I don't remember what it was up against.
It was up against How to Train Your Dragon 2, some other stuff. Lego Movie didn't even get nominated, which is bad, which sucks because Lego Movie should have won.
Yeah.
I love the
It's
Lego.
awesome.
I love the Lego Movie. It's so good. I can watch it all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I love it too.
Yeah. So I'm still kind of bitter about that. Maybe that's clouding my judgment.
Yeah, it probably is because I don't care. The Oscars are all bullshit, anyways.
Yeah, that's true. As we saw, I mean, it was actually not bad this past week.
Yeah.
I mean, Mad Max won all the technical awards and everything, and Leo finally got his Oscar, and nobody cared that Spotlight won Best Picture because as soon as Leo was announced as Best Actor, everyone was like, "Oh, cool! I watched him," and then they turned away because nobody cared about Best Picture after that. Everyone cared about Leo winning the Oscar.
We didn't even talk about the Oscars.
We didn't. Ghostbusters eclipsed the Oscars for us.
Yeah. That's funny. I totally didn't even think about it.
That was our
It
little
off my
Oscar
radar.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's because that's how little we just give a shit anymore.
Yeah. Okay. Netflix announced just a few days after releasing the first season that Fuller House has been renewed for a second season. That's not surprising. I'm guessing it did gangbusters, but
Did you watch Fuller House?
I did not.
Are you going to?
Probably not.
Good.
my siblings did. I came home last week and it was on, and I was like, "How are you fucking watching this?" It's like I completely missed that generation of TV because I was too young at the time when it was
I
just
watched
on.
Full
and
House when I was a kid.
Oh,
I
me
didn't
too.
care,
But-
it was just, this is dumb. I was like, this is stupid.
But I'm like, of all things, why would you bring back an old sitcom from the 90s? I don't really...
It's nostalgia. I mean, that's
Yeah,
entirely
but
what
this
it's
is
based
so
off of.
dumb that's happening now is we're making new television, kind of, but everything is bringing things back. Like, okay, they brought back X-Files. I know you really like that because you're a huge X-Files fan.
Yeah. I didn't watch it though because I'm afraid it's gonna ruin my
Right.
love for X Files.
But there are people that are
From
really...
what I've heard, it's good. Like, it's
Yeah.
more X-Files.
But they brought back
More
X-Files. They're bringing back Prison Break. They brought back 24. They brought back Full House. They're bringing back... I saw they were bringing back another show. They're bringing back Gilmore Girls.
What about
Oh,
the
God.
one with the Matthews? I can't remember.
Oh, Girl Meets World. Boy
Yeah,
Meets World,
that
Girl
one.
Meets-
Girl
yeah.
Meets World is a continuation.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess Fuller House is too, but Girl Meets World is actually good.
I didn't think Girl Meets World is good, but I think
I
it's,
thought it was good.
I don't think it's good because
It's not
A,
for
it's
you.
about a girl and she's very, very young.
She's, like,
when
12.
she's, like
Older.
almost out of high school.
It's
like, that might be-
Boy Meets World
yeah.
for a new generation, which
No,
I
and
think people need because Boy
completely
Meets World is
appreciate
fucking
that, yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it was.
So people need Boy Meets World again. So that's fine, but like,
Playing footsie.
yeah, God, fucking. Anyway, yeah, I just think this whole bringing back shows thing is just dumb.
Yeah.
Just let them. I mean, let them rest in peace. Except Young Justice. Bring back Young Justice.
Oh, we've got more on that. Okay.
Oh, great.
Tank Girl is being revived in comic form by Titan Comics thanks to Alan Martin, who's one of the series creators, and Brett Parson as the why can't I think of the word? Drawer.
Artist.
That's the word.
Drawer.
Fucking
Close enough.
words. The new series launches with issue number 1 titled Tank Girl, 2 Girls, 1 Tank. So it's more of this insane comic if you want to read it.
I never read Tank Girl.
I watched the movie.
I think I saw the movie when I was in high school. Or
Oh
something.
man, the movie is so crazy.
It's an Australian movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. There's some people who like
Yeah,
Tank Girl.
I
would be
mean, it's
interested in that.
it's a cult classic.
I guess.
to those people. Kids of the '90s rejoice! Nickelodeon is bringing back Legends of the Hidden Temple.
Oh, that's
Yes.
right.
Sort of.
Oh.
The game show is being brought back as a TV movie. Yeah.
So it's gonna be like an Indiana Jones style movie with kids.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I know. I was like, oh, this is fucking awesome. Legends of the Hidden Temple was dope.
I never
and then
knew
it's
what
like,
Legends of the Hidden Temple
oh, you didn't.
was.
I wanted to be on there.
I know. I was
It-
always like, someday. It's like, no.
It
Never happened.
Ended by the time we were born.
No.
Legends of the Hidden Temple only lasted till 1994.
Yeah, I was alive for a few years by then.
Yeah, for like a year and 2 months.
No.
I was 3.
So
I remember it.
I have
It was-
no memories.
I
I have no
remember it.
memories of Legend of the Hidden Temple.
I remember it being on in reruns then. I don't know. I know I've seen
I remember
tons of
Double Dare
episodes.
2000.
Yeah.
But
Oh man, Nickelodeon had the best kids game shows, and now they just suck.
I was a Nick kid more than Disney.
Same with me. I didn't have Disney.
I was both.
No, I had Disney. I didn't have Cartoon Network until I was like 16.
I didn't have Cartoon Network until I was, I think, like 10 or so,
Yeah.
or whatever, because for some reason our cable provider didn't.
Warner
Have it in our
Warner
area.
Cable didn't have it,
I
and that
was,
was who the cable provider used to be. In the
And
Twin
then
Cities.
Comcast came in, and
Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network child.
Nickelodeon was my jam.
Nickelodeon,
For sure.
Cartoon Network later, and I was into Disney a lot. But like the early Disney, where it was like Chippendale Rescue Rangers and like Hercules
See,
and
what
stuff
I
like
liked
that.
from Disney were the original movies.
Oh, yeah.
as a kid, and then
On Friday nights.
like Boy Meets World and like those kind
Yeah.
of shows. Not any of the. I wasn't into any of the cartoons or anything on Disney.
Neither was I.
I loved DuckTales and Hercules and Chippendale and Darkwing Duck and all that stuff.
Well, what a nerd.
Yeah, duh. That's why I do this fucking show.
Speaking of nerds, I'm just kidding. That was J.K. Simmons responds to fan petitions to bring him back as J. Jonah Jameson in the MCU Spider-Man movie. Not only did he shoot down fan expectations by stating that no one involved in the decision is bound by the petition, but then he built it back up again by saying that he would love to play the role again if offered the chance.
He's just like, guys, be realistic here. Nobody's gonna listen to you, but I do really want to play.
Yeah, he's like, it was one of my favorite roles. Yeah, it's like,
someone brought up, I was watching Collider Movie Talk, and in a tweet question, someone asked, what would you think of Ice Cube playing J. Jonah Jameson? And I thought that actually would be kind of cool.
I feel like
think
people
about
would
it though.
lose
Think about
their
his
shit.
Think about his character.
No, I know, but people would lose their shit.
Like they couldn't handle it, or they'd be mad.
Like they'd be mad because when it's like, oh, this person was cast as.
But I know
like,
people.
oh my God.
Of course, people get mad because they, are racist and stupid and whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, just think of like Ice Cube from like 21 Jump Street, 22 Jump Street, just yelling at like.
I don't think he could do it in a non-rated R capacity.
That's the thing. That'd be hard.
Yeah,
But I just like Ice Cube. I
that'd
think it's funny like that.
Yeah, it'd be a cool way to spin the character.
It was a good thought. It's a good fan cast.
All right, we've got two more. Disney doesn't plan on making any rated R Marvel movies.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just put
we
it to
don't
rest.
need any rated R.
No, I know, but it's because everybody keeps saying, "Oh, you should do it, Disney," and they're like, "No, that's not."
Just because it's rated R doesn't make it better.
No.
It works for Deadpool because that's the character. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to see a rated R Iron Man where he's getting fucking hammered and he's just blasting people in the head.
Getting hammered? What do you like drunk?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, wait, what?
What the fuck? What do you think I'd mean?
I don't know. Moving on. Danica McKellar, who voiced Miss Martian in Young Justice, wants you to continue searching for Young Justice, the show Cartoon Network that you want the show back.
Yes.
For some reason, though, she keeps telling people to Bing it, whatever that means. I'm just kidding.
Instead of
Yeah, it was like, keep binging YJ was
Does
the
she
hashtag.
not know what Google is?
I know, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, nobody's gonna Bing that shit. Like, what 50-year-old person is watching Young Justice?
Maybe she has a sponsorship through.
I think she does. But I thought that was funny. I had to point that out.
It's okay. I like her. Do you know who she is, Dan?
Danica McKellar.
She was
Wonder Years.
Winnie on Wonder Years.
Ironically, I never put two and two together that the main kid from Wonder Years is the older brother of Fred Savage from Boy Meets World.
You didn't know that?
I knew both of their names and just never made that connection until this year. I was like, what the fuck?
He was in an episode of Boy Meets World.
Yeah.
He played a teacher that hit on Topanga. And so Corey punched him in the face and then almost got kicked out of school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Weird incest going on. I mean,
Not really.
Well, you macking on your siblings' significant other. That's kind
not
of weird.
incest. It's called being a douche.
family.
Let's just move on.
Okay. The main topic today.
Oh, good. We're finally on Ghostbusters?
Yep.
Yay.
Yay.
Ghostbusters. So the trailer came out, the first trailer. We're going to discuss our thoughts on this and our expectations for the movies. Who wants to go first?
You want to go first?
Sure. I think me and you have very similar opinions.
Yeah.
The trailer didn't wow me.
I didn't really laugh at all.
The jokes kind of fell flat. But I have faith in these actors. I don't necessarily think... Like, this is my problem, is I think they could have done something else and not called it Ghostbusters, and it would have been just as good.
Well,
or they could have stuck with the Ghostbusters name and kept it within the same universe.
That's
just
my
doesn't
thing.
make... There's no reason...
They could have made it a continuation of the original series,
There's no reason to not
right?
do it.
Like, I mean, you've got Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd and Ernie Hudson coming back for cameos.
Mm-hmm.
Why not just have them cameo as their old characters?
Well, there's some speculations here if we want to get into it.
Well, okay, because the trailer opens up with like 30 years ago, 4 scientists to save
Oh
New
my
York.
God. And if I hear one more person say that, oh, there wasn't 4 scientists, there was 3 scientists
He
and an
did
everyman.
in the canon.
Shut the fuck up,
In the
you
canon, he
nerds.
had a PhD, so
But it's like,
fine.
why?
People-
Why is that the thing that you're latching on to?
Because they care so much about stupid, trivial bullshit. But like, because they say that at the beginning of the trailer,
Yeah.
right? So it almost seems like it's a
Continuation.
continuation. Thank you.
Continuation.
I was stuck on continuity because I'm such a comic book nerd. Everything's
Yeah.
all about continuity. So, but then it's not. It's really a reboot.
Yeah. Well, there's some speculation because there's a part in the trailer, if you slow it down, where there appears to be New York City in different time periods when they're in Times Square. Like there's there's like some weird like portal thing. So people are speculating that this is connected to the original universe, but this is a separate universe.
The Ghostbusters multiverse.
Yes. That's what people are speculating. If they did that,
Okay, that's
it'd be okay.
less dumb.
But it's still dumb.
It's still dumb, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, the reason I was sold on this is you've got Kate McKinnon and Leslie Jones.
Yeah.
And I love those two. And this will be their first movie. Well, Leslie Jones was in top 5, but not as a star. She was just in as a guest.
My other issue was this trailer. I thought this trailer was just bad. The music.
I liked the music.
It did not
Some people
work.
hated it.
It did not work for the trailer. For the tone that they were trying to set up with the jokes, the music was way too serious.
Yeah,
and
that's
like
true.
it's just it didn't feel right.
The jokes were weird. They're kind of
Yeah.
lame. I thought the visuals of the ghosts were cool, though.
That's
Yeah.
what I didn't like.
Yeah, a
You
lot
didn't
of
like the
people
ghost
didn't
visuals?
because it looks like a lot of people were saying it looks like the Scooby-Doo movie from.
Oh, come on. Slimer looked pretty cool when you saw him in the trailer, right?
I like
Slimer
the
looks
older
fine,
one.
but-
I like old Slimer.
Oh, see, I don't know. I thought it looked cool. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was more stuck on how cool Kate McKinnon looked.
And
With
I
her, like
should-
crazy hair, and then
I
she's
should
like
make
licking
this
the guns
known.
and stuff.
Yeah, I should make this known. I have no affinity for Ghostbusters. I like the movie.
I don't either. I mean-
I have no like a lot of people have like attachment to
They
it. It's
get, like,
I'm
a super
whatever.
boners for
yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like it's a good movie.
Yeah, I liked Ghostbusters, but I'm not like super hardcore. I liked the cartoon and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I don't know. Some people are just huge. It's surprising how huge of Ghostbusters fans people are.
Especially because there was 2 movies and one of which people
Didn't
pretty
really
much didn't
like.
like. Yeah, I guess it's like Jurassic Park. It's like there was one great movie and then there was 2 questionable.
And you
movies.
love Jurassic Park.
I love all of it.
I thought Jurassic Park was okay.
I really like a lot of people are like, oh, the
I
other 2
didn't-
movies sucked. It's like the other 2 movies were more fucking dinosaurs and it's all ridiculous. It's all made up. It's
I
all
didn't
stupid.
see Jurassic Park as a kid.
Oh, I
I
watched
saw
it
it
way
when I
too
was in
much.
high school for the first time. So I was like, I didn't have the nostalgia. That's why I didn't have a problem with Jurassic World,
Mm-hmm.
where some people went in with like all this deep nostalgia for it, and they were just like, oh, it's gonna, you know, it's ruining, it's crushing my nostalgia, or whatever. Me, I just went in going, this is fine. This
It's
is
Jurassic World. It's a different like version of Jurassic Park. It's
Right, but
it's not going to be the same.
And I think Ghostbusters should have done a Jurassic World thing where it's like, oh, it's, you know, it's a continuation, but it's different. This new Ghostbusters should just done the same thing.
Right.
Because I bet I would bet more people would be less upset with the movie if it was a continuation. You're still gonna have your sexist guys who are like, oh, it's all girls. Who cares, dude?
Yeah.
They're like the funniest people working right now. But you're still gonna have. But it's like, if it was a continuation, they'd be less upset. People just don't like reboots.
Yeah.
They feel like the reboot erases the one that they know.
Well, it's like
Yeah, why
shitting on whatever
Make
you cared.
a new one when the old one was good.
Right.
Don't.
But I mean, at the
Don't
same
fix
time,
it if it's not
But then
broken.
for the counter argument too, you know, if it's okay if you make a reboot of something that's not as good as the first one, well, you still have the first one.
Yeah, same with continuation though.
I know it's
Yeah.
They should have made it a continuation.
To me, there's no reason why it shouldn't have been a continuation.
It
And
could have
Paul-
worked
Paul
perfectly.
Feig came out and said the reason they didn't want to do a continuation is because they didn't want to downplay the females' scientific prowess. They didn't want them to have technology passed down to them. They wanted them to create the technology.
Well,
It's
they-
like they could have just improved on it. Like
Yeah.
there's so many other things. It's not like that is such a weird.
That's such a weird way of
Yeah.
looking at it. Yeah,
That's what I thought.
I could have
too,
thought
but-
you know they could have just been like, oh yeah, we developed this different technology. You know, I don't know. But that's just dumb to me.
And the technology isn't even. Nobody cares about the technology. Like
That's
in the
not
movie.
what
Yeah.
anyone cares about.
Yeah.
They care about the jokes and the ghosts.
Yeah.
Like, they don't care about the technology. Who cares? Dumb. So dumb. People miss... That's the thing with, like, a lot of Hollywood movies like this. And, you know, people miss the point of what people like about it. Mm-hmm. You know? People didn't like they didn't like the proton packs in Ghostbusters. They liked Bill Murray.
Yeah.
You know?
And it's like the proton pack could have been anything and they would have
Yeah.
liked it.
Could have been a vacuum cleaner. Who cares?
I mean, they were a vacuum. That's literally what they are.
Yeah. Well,
But for
in
ghosts.
Luigi's Haunted Mansion, he's got a vacuum pack and
Way cooler.
way cooler.
Yeah.
Just
Anyways,
vacuum up all ghosts. That'd be
what are your opinions?
Yeah, after seeing the trailer, because you said you didn't like it or you don't want to see the movie, or
Well, I would see the movie, but I'd wait till it comes out, and then I'd probably rent it or like watch it on Netflix. It goes on there or something like that. Like I don't want to pay a lot of money to go see it in a film or in theaters and potentially not like it.
Right.
I didn't like the ghosts. I thought they were cheesy looking, even though they were cheesy looking in the original. But I like the original.
Maybe it's just my blinding love of like Leslie Jones and Kate McKinnon. I think their characters are really good, but I just didn't like the jokes in the trailer.
Yeah, the jokes fell really, really flat, and I think part of it was because they cut the trailer to like dramatic music and dramatic like sound effects and stuff. The jokes felt really out of place. So it was just like I don't know what it was. I think the tone of the trailer did not the footage did not mesh with the sound.
Right. I think this will be a much better action movie than a comedy.
Yeah. Kind
of like Spy. I don't know if you see Spy.
I saw Spy.
Yeah, where it was way more of an action movie than a comedy. It had
there was funny parts, but the funny parts were not like the jokes. It was like the slapstick action stuff.
I'm hoping there's a lot more. There's funnier parts in the actual movie. Maybe they'll release another trailer because they've heard of like all the mixed to mostly negative reviews of this one. They'll release a different cut.
Yeah.
I know, because I had a friend who was really interested in the Ghostbusters movie, and then he saw the trailer, and he's like, oh, now I kind of don't want to see it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
I'm also not a huge Kristen Wiig fan, and that kind of turns me down.
Right.
Away, or turns me away from the movie.
Someone's home.
Ghosts.
Yeah. So.
She's hit or miss for me, because I think she plays... just like Melissa McCarthy, she gets like typecast.
Yeah.
She's almost always the same exact person.
I hate that because they can do so much more, especially Melissa McCarthy. She's great.
Yeah.
But she always gets cast in like this same basically female Chris Farley type shit.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm fat and I fall down and
like even Spy.
There were some parts of it.
No, even Spies. Look at something like Beverly Hills Ninja for freaking Chris Farley. Right. He becomes an adept ninja at some point, and the joke is that he's fat and can do physical activities.
I know.
And it's like
that's hilarious.
Like Melissa McCarthy is getting cast in the same thing, and it's like,
why don't we just play her as like a badass spy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then Leslie, I don't know if you saw it, but Leslie Jones, because people were claiming that her character that saw in the trailer was considered racist and stuff, and I mean I see that point, and I hope that's not her character where she's just like screaming the whole time and stuff, but she really went on Twitter and defended herself against haters where she's like, you guys don't really know the character yet, don't make prejudgments.
Well, not to mention that is how Leslie Jones has acted.
That really is like
things. That's like her
her style, that's her shtick. Yeah. So we'll see. I think she's funny, and Kate McKinnon's funny, so I think it'll be still a pretty good movie.
Kate McKinnon was the only part of the trailer that I think I liked.
Yeah. I think that joke was kind of good, where she's just like, it's the hat, right? Hat's too much.
Yeah,
I kind of laughed at that.
Yeah,
but it's like, once again, that joke would have been, like, if they had less dramatic music, I think, like, that's what really threw me off, was like that it just clashed so much, and it didn't make any sense.
I just want my favorite joke from Ghostbusters that I can remember is where I hope they have kind of jokes like this in the new one. It's where Dan Aykroyd calls one guy dickless over here, and the mayor goes, "Is that true?" And Bill Murray goes, "Yes, it's true. This man has no dick." I was like, just making more jokes like that in the movie, because it's just like that, like straight face, like dumb.
When they can do it, I mean, all of them.
Oh yeah,
are good at the very like straight face, over the top humor.
For sure.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think it could be more of an action movie with that one character that's funny, and I think it would do better or be better that way.
Right.
Yeah.
And that would be the Kate McKinnon for me to be the wild card. That's hilarious.
Yeah, she's gonna be like the crazy, like just that picture of her, like I'm gonna make licking that the thumbnail. Gun, yeah, of her just like licking the blasters and stuff.
That would taste so bad.
The hell was that?
I don't know.
Oh, it's some weird noises.
You really do have ghosts.
I swear.
They're like, you're pissed about Ghostbusters? I'm gonna fuck your shit up, man.
Who are you gonna call now?
All right, well, I think that's it. I got to go see Zootopia here, so I'll talk about that next week. But anyway, you can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and everything at Scotty Boy, SCOTTYBWO 4 Ys.
You can find me everywhere at Hagnerd, HAGNERD. You can follow us at Fuzzy Loaf. And where can we find you on the lovely interwebs if you want to share that information?
Okay.
You don't have to.
Yeah.
Well, I have Twitter, but I'm never on it. You can follow me on Instagram at mrose513.
There you go.
you go.
If
Sweet.
you like guns, because I shoot a lot.
She's a professional sharpshooter.
Dang.
So, yeah.
So, anyway, like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. If you're listening on iTunes, we're on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, we're on iTunes. Just search Fuzzy Loaf. I think I got that down. That's what Matt usually says that part. Anyway, smell you later.